Hi, so I've been gone for a while, but I thought, well, it's a new year. I could as well talk about my New Year's resolutions. Well, book related because I don't have any other. In previous years, I always set my Goodreads goal to like 52 or something outrageous, which I could not reach, and I would lower it. And then eventually I would end up with 5 read books, 10 maybe. I mean, from 2013 to 2016, I've read 5, 8, 7 and 11 books in a year. So this year I decided, well, it would be nice if I could read a bit more. But yeah, I probably won't. But whatever, let's set it to 25. You know, you never know how much you're going to read. And it would be nice to have a goal to strive to because I like goals. So I ended up with 45 books, which is kind of strange because it was so unexpected. But that's why I decided, you know what, this year it's going to be the year that I finally reach 52, which I always have wanted to strive to, but never could or did or whatever. So that's definitely my first goal, is to read 52 books at least. Then I have another goal, which is to read one work of philosophy every month. I'm currently still reading Discipline and Punish by Michel Foucault. And I've been reading this for a few months, but that's mainly because I put it down every time for another book because I think, oh, I can read non-fiction and fiction at the same time, but I can't. I absolutely will not read one of the two books. I would really love to just have one work I can be actually proud of that I've read, but actually also get a lot from and just really enjoy at the same time. So that's my second goal. Initially I had all these crazy ideas in my head, so I thought, oh, maybe I can read like 5 modernist works, 5 postmodern works, 5 books that I'm intrigued by and therefore don't buy, you know, but I actually would read if I owned them. There are many books which I really want to read, but every time I'm in the bookshop I just think like, oh, am I really going to read that because it might be really difficult, and then I don't. I need to get that over with. Also I had like 5 books I own, set books, and I also wanted to just lower the amount of unread books I have because I find it a bit pointless to have over 80 unread books, because I could as well read those. Like, why? And I'm not someone who buys a lot with books. I have been doing that more because I felt like it was okay because there were books, but actually I should just behave. I decided not to make any of these things goals. It would be great if I could end up with a bit less books on my bookshelf that I haven't read, and that will probably work out because I'm finally getting to some books that I have had there for a long time. The reason I actually did away with all those resolutions was one like big dilemma. So initially I thought, oh, I want everything I'm going to read to have some merit, you know, to like actually be something I take something away from, and to be very interesting, or at least most of them, because sometimes you just have bad reads. But then I also thought I actually want to read more fantasy and classic sci-fi, mainly fantasy, because I've always really enjoyed that, but ever since I got back into reading after I didn't for a few years, I haven't really picked it up, because I feel like you can either really enjoy it, or if you don't enjoy it, you don't get anything from it. Which is not true, and I know that. I just thought, well, maybe I should set that as a goal so that I will enjoy what I read even more, and I will at the same time discover the merit of those kinds of books. But I decided, you know what, it's just going to be 52 books, one book of philosophy every month. Otherwise it's just going to be like so many things I have to do and so many things I have to read, even though I just want to pick up some good books. I'm currently actually reading The Sirens by Vonnegut, which I have had on my shelf for 2 years, 3 years, I don't know. And I picked up last year, but then after 10 pages I accidentally lost it and thought I had left it somewhere when actually I hadn't, but by the time I came across it again I already had moved on to another book. So I'm just starting it again, and I just know this is going to be great, because even though I don't really know anything about the plot because it's Vonnegut and it's really complicated, and I know it's sci-fi, and then in a disclaimer before the book starts he says all persons, places and events in this book are real. It's just this very satirical book, I believe, so this is going to be great. I read the first page or something and then I fell asleep, but I know from the writing stuff, from everything, that this is going to be exactly what I want to read right now. So just a little addition to what I said before. There's actually one more thing. It's not really a strict goal, but it's more of a thing which I kind of would like to do in some sense. I kind of only want to buy books when I'm almost or completely finished with the previous one, so that I can immediately start it, because I usually have that when I buy a book I can't wait to start it, but then just don't get to it, and then I'm less excited to start into it. And it doesn't mean that I don't want to read them at that point. It's just like I would have loved them so much more if I immediately started reading them, because I did that with it, and that reading experience that whole experience, not just the reading, actually the buying as well, was just so great, because I bought it and I just went home and I couldn't wait to read it. And I just wanted to briefly mention, I would like to read some more authors of color with just a book about anything. I know it really has an effect what the background of the author is and what their viewpoints on the world are in how the book is written. So it's in any way it's interesting to read authors' different perspectives, but I mainly would like to get more informed on the issues that just raise. So I would like to read particularly James Baldwin, because Helene from Books by Lanes has completely convinced me that I must read that. But there are some others on my radar. I might pick up some of those in 2018, because, well, it's about time I read some, isn't it? So that's just a little addition I wanted to make, and yeah, see you.